Game of Life training.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Drive at 5 live. No jive. I'm your host, Aaron David Spiegel, with Game of Life training. Training for the game of life, the stuff that they don't teach you in school or growing up or wherever. So, I've been studying personal development for the last 25 plus years. I've put things into practice that I've found effective and seen effective in other people. So that's what I'm doing, is sharing these things with you. And ideally you can just, sit in traffic, and it could actually be a good thing that you're sitting in traffic, because you get to listen and change your perspective on life. This is going to be the 7 keys to changing your life. So I've got some notes I'm going to kind of take a look at just to prompt me back to. But yeah, perspective was the first one we were talking about. And the perspective is that it's how we interpret the world around us. So it's our internal representation of what's going on around us. That's perspective, right? So you could think of sitting in traffic as a waste of time. It could be frustrating. It could be like, mother effer, why? You could be pissed off. Your blood pressure could be boiling. Or you could change that perspective and think of it as an opportunity to learn, or just chill your brain and relax. It doesn't have to be this that you're listening to. I mean, you could put some music on that you enjoy. Um, that's just one thing, okay? That's just your perspective on traffic, okay? But you could do the same thing. It applies to other things as well. So when you can navigate and change your perspective, you can change your reality just by changing how you look at things. And there's this old saying, it says, when you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. So that's a matter of changing your perspective. Also, the next number 2 is gratitude. Okay. And the power behind gratitude is that it puts you from a state of lack into a state of abundance, or better, definitely. And then when you enter that state, if you know the law of vibration, you draw back to you the vibration of that state. So when you are grateful intentionally, and you think about things that, wow, I have a car, it runs, it goes, I can get back and forth to work, I can take my family to whatever, I can go to the store, whatever the case might be. You're appreciating that vehicle. And instead of, because who wouldn't want to be in a better mood anyway? Okay. It really is like, change your mood, but you get the benefit of changing your mood now, and you get the benefit of changing your mood later, because you're putting it out there now. So whatever you put out there now, you're going to see come back to you sometime in the future, right? So if you're in a habit or a loop of bitching and moaning and whining and complaining, one way to help solve that is just to be grateful. It's just to be aware. First, you have to be aware of your thoughts. Duh. Yeah. It says here, says, gratitude is more than just a positive emotion. It's a way of seeing the world. Research shows that gratitude increases happiness, reduces stress, and improves relationships. It's a practice that can be integrated into everyday life, even in the smallest of moments. Yeah. So says, write 3 things down that you're grateful for. Like, first thing in the morning is a really good time, or even before you go to bed at night. Those are the best times to really like zen out and go into some meditation, because they're going to permeate your subconscious mind more readily, from what I've understood. And I experience these things. And I can't say that that's the only practice that has led to my complete and utter total life success, but it does, it's definitely something that I practice on a regular basis. So, um, another thing that you can do is reframe. That's reframing. Tony Robbins talks a lot about reframing, and essentially it's like taking a situation and what that means, like you interpret it a certain way, you interpret something meaning that it's kind of like what we were talking about perspective earlier, but it's like okay, here's what it says. Negative thoughts are inevitable, but they don't have to control us. This is not Tony Robbins, this is Chat GPT, just so you know. Reframing is the process of thought changing your thought patterns to see a situation in a more constructive light. It's about catching yourself in negative thought cycles and choosing to view things from a different angle. So, again, it goes back to catching your thoughts. You have to first be aware of the things that you're thinking and start becoming aware today, more aware of what's running through your brain, because we all have this little voice inside of us that speaks to us all day long. You're not going to shut that voice up. I've yet been able to do it my own self. I mean, you can maybe silently meditate, go into a meditation, and calm that, and eliminate that voice. But it's an effort, a conscious effort, to try to eliminate that voice. It's also a conscious effort to be aware of what that voice is saying. So you must consciously choose to listen to that voice inside your head and catch it when it's saying dumb shit. Uh, Instead of thinking, I'm terrible at my job, he reframes it. This is an opportunity to improve. Yeah, I mean, something like that. This is generic, but you get the concept, right? I mean, it says challenge your negative thoughts by reframing them. Ask yourself, how can I view this differently? Try turning problems into possibilities and weaknesses into growth opportunities. Um, can't means won't, you know. That's one way of looking at can't. Okay, you're reframing that can't means won't. It doesn't just mean you can't. It means that you won't because you're saying you can't. Okay, and instead of saying, I mean that we're getting off here. Um, Embracing the present moment. Okay, that's by being present. What happens when we become present? One, we become aware of our thoughts more so, and since this is the only true moment, right here, right now, if you are present and you are directing your thoughts, you can create whatever it is that you're desiring. So, by being present, just by becoming aware and present in this moment, noticing the things around you, noticing yourself, how you feel, noticing all these, just being present in your mind, noticing what you're thinking. Um, just by doing that, that's again the awareness, and that puts you in the now, and from the now you can change or direct your future, and also you can make yourself feel better now, right? And if you're sitting here and you're like wallowing, you can become aware of that and change it and say, things aren't so bad. I mean, it goes back to gratitude. Always, always, always go back to gratitude. Um, Surround yourself with positivity. This is number 5. Surround yourself with positivity. What you put in is what you get out. And if you're hanging around with a bunch of negative folks, then guess what? You're going to pick up on the words that they're speaking and their states and their influence. You're going to pick up, especially when you first begin this practice. So it's very important to put yourself around. And even once you're done with this practice, why the hell would you want to put yourself around people that are negative all the time? For me, it's a little different, I feel like, because I want to help you. I want to, hear your story. I want to know what's going on with you, and help maybe change your perspective on that, because I have done a lot of that in my own world, and helped other people do it for themselves. So I have to be around people that are negative, and people have said, "Oh, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry." I'm like, don't be, just spill beans. I'll help you to reframe that. I'll help you to become aware of it. I'll give you a new perspective. I'll give you new possibilities. That's what I do. Um, when people talk to me, I hear every word. And you can tell everything about somebody by the words that they're using and the things that they're saying. You can tell their universal beliefs, and by that, then you can tell um, the experiences that they're having in their life. You can look at somebody often enough without even words and be able to tell a lot. So, um, put yourself around positive people, people that are going to build you up, people that are going to try to encourage you, and that's not gonna be easy sometimes because maybe everybody around you sucks ass. At that point, you might wanna just, go through YouTube, kind of fill your own brain, try to make it a point. It's you're not gonna change if you're not trying to change. You have to want to change and then support that by different steps and putting yourself around positive people or people that have accomplished things that you would like to accomplish helps you to believe that that's possible for you. So, once you believe it's possible for you, then the sky's the limit. I mean, you can keep going all day long. Um, but put yourself around positive people. You're gonna have to eliminate some people out of your life or situations. A lot of times they'll just fall away automatically. You won't have to really do anything. Um, yeah, let's see. I just wanted to check something real quick. Okay, sorry about that. I wanted to make sure that I was actually talking before I continued to talk. I have put this on mute before, not on mute, but I didn't have it set up the right way. And then all of a sudden, you know, I did a 25-minute, 30-minute talk, and guess what? Not a damn thing. But guess what? I learned. I learned. And it didn't, I mean, it really did kind of disappoint me, but it didn't last long. And, you know, it was like just like that. I was like, okay, what do I need to learn from this? What do I need to learn? I don't want to repeat these things again. So once you figure out what you need to learn, then you don't have to repeat the things again. You can just, get better, get better, get better. And it says small daily habits that make a big impact. Okay. So it's like repetition. You can do one thing differently and get over the course of time and even quickly, very quickly, um, you can get change, real change in your life just by changing some habits. And it could just be the habit of snoozing through the alarm and sleeping to the very last second. It could be the habit of eating junk food. It could be the habit of sitting on the couch and not exercising. It could be the habit of bitching, griping, moaning, complaining. It could be the habit of whatever, um, anger, whatever state that that you don't like. It could be a habit for you. And it also could be very deep that goes way back, in which case you need to kind of realize where does that anger come from. You don't have to, but you can realize that it comes from somewhere, and maybe you just don't want to feel like that anymore and say, I'm getting happier every day, or I'm becoming more contented every day, or I'm changing the way I react to situations that used to make me angry, and I'm becoming more in control of myself. I used to have a terrible, terrible, terrible temper. I mean, it was terrible. And over time, I kind of worked on it. And now I still have a temper, I'm sure, that could be reached if I needed to, but it's not very often. And it's mainly going to only arise when, I mean, it's got to be somebody close to me. And then still, I don't give them that power. But I don't know. I could see where I could still get angry. I mean, and it would be more like a physical, probably a physical thing by that time. It would be probably more about self defense or defense of somebody, you know. It'd be about doing something in honor, and just like I cannot even accept that that's going on. That could be me getting angry, maybe. I don't know. But so yeah, small daily habits, just change those habits. You can just say, okay, I'm going to start drinking. This is so freaking awesome. You can just say, I'm going to start drinking more water. One way to do that is grab a gallon or grab something that is, different, like a size that you can measure, or, kind of measure your progress with. But today you could just say, I'm going to drink one glass more of water, or I'm going to drink a glass of water today instead of a pop. Whatever it might be, I don't know. I'm not going to eat dessert today. Those are just little easy things that you can change, with a little bit of focus, with a little bit of desire. It's not hard. And then you do that, and if you start drinking more water, it really does lead to other things. It's one of the easiest things to practice, just to start drinking more water, because by doing that, you're building a health consciousness, and you become more conscious of opportunities to be more healthy all around, just from saying, I'm drinking more water. It's so powerful, it's so huge, and it's so easy. So it's something that you can do. It says Michael used to feel overwhelmed by the idea of getting healthy. Instead of committing to an intense workout routine that felt impossible, he started by walking for 10 minutes every day. This is awesome. I mean, this is ChatGPT, but this is straight out of my mouth. You know, it's the simple little things. And if you start walking every day, then what? That's going to transfer into, you just make it a habit. It only takes 3 days, not to make it a habit necessarily, but it only takes 3 days for your mind to get used to, "Oh, that's what I do." And then you're still might gonna have to push yourself, or remember, or plan it out the night before. Say, "I'm gonna walk tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I'm gonna do my 10 minutes at 10 o'clock." I don't know. Whatever it is for you, um, but you do that for 3 days, and then you say, "Well, okay, I did it for 3 days. What would happen if I did it for a month? What would happen if I walked 10 minutes just for 1 month? Every day, found it, no excuses for a month." That's one of my favorite ones. It has been applied. It's allowed me to make a major shift in my life. Um, so yeah, 30 days of no excuses is a good one. And just, I mean, you're always going to have an excuse. You're always going to have a reason why, especially when you first start doing something. So if you say, I'm going to do 3 days, no excuses, no matter what, I don't give a care. I might be the biggest piece of shit ever. I might have failed again and again and again. I might have, been a loser. I might have never been good on my word in the past, ever. But I'm going to keep this one promise to myself. I'm going to walk for the next 3 days, whatever I got to do. If I got to put my shoes by the door as a reminder, or put them by the coffee pot as a reminder, I don't know. You know, lay your clothes out the night before. Here's what I'm going to wear. Or if you have a treadmill, break that treadmill out and put it in the middle of the room so you can see it when you get up, because it's new. Oh yeah, that's right. I was supposed to walk today for 10 minutes. Put it on a post-it note and stick it on your mirror. Put it where you can see it. Put it on your kitchen table where you eat. Put it there. Whatever you got to do to remind yourself. Keep coming back and listening to these videos, because I'm going to give you the same kind of information regardless of whatever video you're watching or listening to. It's all the same stuff, guys, and it's not rocket science, and it's not that tough. It really isn't. It's simple, and it can be pretty easy. You can accomplish anything in your world easily. I'm proving that, and I've proven that. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's not a challenge. Doesn't mean that you're not expanding, but when you're in the right mindset, it's just easy to get whatever it is that you want. When you condition yourself properly, when you remind yourself, this is what I want, and you don't forget from moment to moment, day to day, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, I'm getting healthier. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, and just remember that it does take time. and you do get better. So, start now, start today. you know, be inspired to actually do something, make that change, make that phone call, do what you got to do. But the fact that you're listening is good on you. Good job, good job, good job. You're headed in the right direction. You're doing it. Just to be aware is heading in the right direction. So now, what is it that you want? And you know the drill. State it in the positive as if it's already done. Thank you, Father. State it in the positive as if it's already done. Um, Thank you, Father, that I am completely healthy and rejuvenated. Thank you, Father. Or or you could say I'm becoming healthier and more rejuvenated every day, because you're not going to argue with that, okay? Or you can say I'm becoming more aware of becoming healthier and rejuvenated every day, though I wouldn't really push that one, but depending upon where you are, that might be effective for you. So, um, yeah, I'm becoming more healthy every day. That's I mean, start there. I'm becoming more aware of my thoughts every day. Start there. Here's a recap of the 7 strategies for changing your mindset. Number 1, shift your perspective. Number 2, practice gratitude. Number 3, reframe negative thoughts. Number 4, embrace the present moment. Number 5, surround yourself with positivity. Number 6, start small. And that positivity I talked about earlier, I mean, that could be just like a puppy. It could be whatever you find. It could be nature for you. It could be whatever you find that is, like good for you, positive, right? Um, Start small with daily habits. So you're essentially just changing some things or adding some things, eliminating some things. But when you're changing a habit, you want to give yourself something to do to replace that old habit. So if you're eating desserts every day, come up with something that you can do instead, like a lower like fruit. Maybe you eat, if you just love chocolate, maybe you eat low sugar chocolate for now, or find something else that you can replace that with, something that you like that's healthier, and say I'm going to eat that instead of that. Or but you're replacing a habit. So, like the pop thing, you could replace that with water. You say, okay, I'm instead of drinking a pop, I'm gonna drink a water, or I'm gonna drink this low sugar juice. Ideally, stay away from sugar too. I just gotta throw that in there. It's the like number one cause of inflammation. So if you can avoid sugars, things that I mean, there's other things to it too, but anyway, and then it says be patient and be persistent, because it does take time, and you're probably not going to get it. It could happen overnight. Literally, you could literally change overnight. I've seen that happen. I've experienced that happening. But on things that are like bigger, that are so buried in your subconscious, it's going to take time. You're not going to probably just get it overnight. You're not going to go from completely uh stupid to completely smart. You're not going to go from completely broke to completely rich. You're not going to go from completely weak to completely strong. You're not going to go from completely sick to completely healthy. It's going to take time and it takes steps, but those are the small little habits, incremental steps that don't have to be hard. That's what I was getting at. It can be easy if you just focus on the next step. There's a good thing. This just applies in general. I mean, this really doesn't. But when you get it, just do the next right thing. Try to do the next right thing. What is the next right thing? That's a good question for anybody to be asking themselves. And then if you can follow that, your life's going to be pretty damn good, based on my observations and experience. So I do appreciate you showing up today. You are doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you are headed in the right direction. I guarantee that, or else you wouldn't be here. So good on you. Give yourself a pat on the back. Eat a Hershey's Kiss. I say, also when you have a success, reward yourself. You know what I mean? I would have people do that. I'm saying even at the end of your 10-minute walk, have a Hershey's Kiss just to say, hell yeah, I did that. That's good. You're trying to associate positive to that. So you want to make it fun. You want to make it, you don't want to make it hard. You want to make it easy as possible. And then you want to give yourself an immediate reward. And I really do. I mean, it's just like Pavlov and the dog. We're all trainable. It's a matter of now learning how to train yourself. So get out there, do something good, stay positive, build somebody up. It always feels better. Hit the like, share, subscribe. I do appreciate you guys. Yeah, check out for any links down below. And until the next one, make it your best day ever.